Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to F1 2020 here for my team career mode, round 15 of season 2, the penultimate race, the Mexican Grand Prix. Probably my strongest track on the entire calendar, well, at least joint strongest. I should do a tier list actually of which tracks I feel I'm best at and which tracks I like the most. I might do that as a YouTube video at some point. I'll make a mental note of that now. But yes, we're jumping straight into Q3 here because it's no surprise that we're going to get through quite comfortably into Q3. We may not be the fastest car, but this is definitely our joint third strongest track. So we're here. We go provisional P1 with a 112.4, and yeah. I don't really know why we're covering qualifying here, as we're going to be going on a hot lap now of Mexico, so you can just see how comfortable I am with this track. We are running a interesting setup, I believe like 210 wings or something. It is raining for the race. I don't know how much for. I believe about half of the race is going to be in the wet. So hopefully we can just prove we're a strong title contender if circumstances hadn't have happened. Obviously at this point, if you haven't watched the last episode, do go check it out. I mentioned that we've pretty much lost the titles. Max Verstappen goes onto provisional pole for 12.3, but yeah, we're already on course to beat that. We just got to nail this second sector. I love this sector of just flowing the car through here, especially with these career mode cars. They just stick to the ground. And yeah, we gained quite a bit of time through there. But yes, as I mentioned last episode, Valtteri's going to win the title. If not this race, it will definitely be next race. There is no way that the AI or the game will let the AI have 2 retirements in a row and me win 2 races on the trot. Yeah. I guess it's just a point now of proving that we should have won it if Britain had gone differently. As we get pole position actually, first person to the 111s, we get it by 4 tenths. Valtteri is half a second behind us, but qualifying pace to say we get pole, very happy with it obviously, and it looks like our race pace is going to be even stronger because the AI are naturally slower in a race. So I'm just hoping that we can put the nail in the coffin, really, of, we could have won the championship, but we got unlucky. And, yeah, we'll have to see how this race goes, see if we can get a win, and just do our best. I mean, you never know. Maybe I've just been bluffing this entire time. Valtteri could always get 2 retirements, but we'll have to see. So, joining all for the Mexican Grand Prix. So that's the grid. Here we are lining up for the start of the race. it is going to be, well, it's going to be a 3-stop, but we're going to extend that intermediate stint probably till the dry period comes. Although I am potentially thinking of doing a 2-stop, just because I want to have a bit of fun. I'm not I'm not overly worried about losing this race. I went into this race extremely comfortable, given my qualifying pace, my pace in practice. So I thought, we've basically lost the championship at this point. Let's go out and have a bit of fun. If we do 2 runs on the intermediates, we can mess around a little bit. I believe we are we took a 5-place grid penalty for an engine component, unfortunately. So we're going to be starting P6, but it's 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. We get a very good start compared to Perez, Ocon, and Alexander Albon. We get a very good start compared to most of the AI, actually. Obviously, we're going to be a little bit slow on the straights as we are running quite high rear wing. But hopefully we can get these guys into break as Albon goes for a pretty aggressive move there into turn 1. We fall back down to 6th as we had to take the inside route there to avoid collisions, but we're going to try and wrap around the outside of Perez. Ocon gets caught up behind Albon, and that's slowed them all up a bit. Valtteri's managed to use this to get off into the distance by nearly a second already. But we do go up into P5 as we make a massive dive up the inside of Ocon there. We actually make a bit of contact with him there, which probably my fault. I did do a massive dive bomb, although he did leave the space, so I guess it's maybe like a 30-70% Ocon's fault. I think he could have avoided it, but I shouldn't have really gone for the move. I mean, I could have braked it a little bit better, but he doesn't get any damage from it. At least any visual damage that we can see, unless there's... I think we are actually going to check now. Maybe he's check his front wing? No, we're not. Okay, I don't believe he got any damage, as he's still running relatively close to everyone. But we got to lap 4 now. We are shaping up a move on Max Verstappen. He's going to be pretty difficult to overtake, as we know Max is a very good driver, as we don't manage to get him into the braking zone of turn 4. But hopefully we're going to try and perform a switchback. As you see, we're dancing around the outside of Max Verstappen here, try and go around the outside of this double right-hander, and it looks like we're going to pull the move off. It's yeah, that was a pretty simple move, really. The grip, the mechanical grip that this car has, and the confidence I have with this car to push it in wet conditions, certainly helping us out a lot. And now we are shaping up his teammate Alexander Albon. As you can see, Valtteri's about 4 seconds up the road. So hopefully we can get past Albon relatively quickly, as he gives us a little bit more of a squeeze than Max did, but we're still going to wrap around the outside here. The AI just seems to get pinched on the inside. They don't like it when you go around their outside. They tend to fight the position a lot less than if you went up the inside. But yeah, that was a pretty done deal move, and now we're hunting down Valtteri Bottas. We couldn't have the fastest lap of the race, but obviously that's not going to mean anything because we're going to get to dry running conditions at the end of the race. We go purple in the first sector again, as we're pretty much all over the back of Valtteri, swarming him like a angry nest of hornets. And going around the outside once again, pretty much our favourite overtaking opportunity. And there you go. Right around the outside of Valtteri, now we're just going to pull away. Get a good margin. We managed to get our fuel back in the green, only a third of the way into this race. And here on lap 12, we are going to be coming into the pits for dry compound tyres. And I believe we're going to be putting on the softs. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's going to be the softs. We'll run the softs and then the mediums. As yes, DRS is enabled, so everyone's going to be coming in. Valtteri's also putting on the softs. I was considering going medium soft, but I didn't really want to play too many silly buggers with the AI. Just in case I got damage or I got penalties or whatever. I wanted to ensure I was on the faster tyre. We come out in third, Max having to wait for another lap. So too with Charles, so too with Charles Leclerc, as their teammates got preference. And you can see here we're just we're getting caught up behind Charles. We're just trying to look for a way past him. We wait to get onto the DRS straight, and we're hopefully going to breeze past him. We'll get him into the braking zone. It's actually Valtteri Bottas is looking for a move on us. And there we go. Our soft tyres giving us a lot more grip than his intermediates. And yeah, Valtteri is looking to try and follow him through, but luckily Bottas is going to get holed up behind Leclerc, and that's going to allow us to pull nearly 2 seconds over Valtteri in that final sector, which should keep us safe from DRS on the next lap, providing Valtteri doesn't have an absolutely monster lap, and he didn't. As we got on to lap 22, we're pitting for the intermediate, no we're not, we're pitting for the medium tyres. We managed to gain 7.5 seconds over Bottas. Bottas is going longer on his run. I believe I chose the softer compound of tyres, so I didn't have 2 intermediates to run, or I might have just used all my softs in qualifying, I don't really remember, as this was filled quite a while ago. And we come out the pits, we got 13 seconds to Valtteri, but he is definitely going to have to pit again. We're ahead of Verstappen. Verstappen was really slow in the dry, I don't know what happened to him. And here is Valtteri in the pits. He looks to be going onto another set of softs, interestingly enough, so he's going to be one to watch come the end of the race. As I say that, we'll cut on to the last lap because nothing happened. Valtteri didn't make any impression whatsoever on me. As you can see, the gap is 14.2 seconds. And here we go, we're going to come across the line to win the race. Unfortunately, it's not enough to secure the title or to keep ourselves in the championship fight. Valtteri's going to get that. So fair play to him, we gave it a good shot given the season that we had and the car that we had at the start of the season. But we won, we proved that we could do it, and yeah, Valtteri Bottas, a 2-time world champion for Mercedes. His career mode is very realistic. So yeah, once again, fair play to Valtteri. He drove really well this season. Is absolutely dominating Hamilton at Mercedes. Hamilton did have a good race from 19th to 9th, but with that car he could have easily gone so much further. He could have maybe got a top 5 at least. I don't know really what he was doing. Yeah, we'll just have a look at the race director to see what everyone did. Yeah, we were one of the few people to go soft mediums, I guess. Should have maybe paid attention a bit more. I mean, to be fair, I looked at the race, the weather forecast, and it said like we were only going to get rain for 2/3 of the race, not 1/3. So, thanks, Jeff. But as you can see there, we've closed the gap, but not closed it enough. It looks like we've got P2 secured in the constructors actually. So I was just double checking it there. 44 points is the maximum you can gain for a weekend, and I don't think Red Bull are close enough for that. If not, I doubt they'll get a 1-2 and fastest lap. So we've pretty much got P2 secured in constructors if we haven't already. And yeah, now it's all about trying to have a good race in Brazil. I'll probably still qualify and go for the race win. Try as best as I can. But yeah, this will all be for bragging rights, really. I mean, at this point in the season, I don't know how many races we won. Maybe we won 3 races. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. I honestly can't remember how many races we've won. If I flick onto it on this screen, I'll find out. Obviously, you'll probably know because I haven't watched the videos back, so I don't know. As you can see, yeah. My FTR husband is harassing me to come and play F1 with him. We have a considerable amount of money and resource points saved up for next season. As you can see, we actually do have some regulation changes for the durability and powertrain department. So we're just basically making sure we're consolidating all of those upgrades, and I believe we have done. Yes, we've consolidated every upgrade imaginable. The only ones that we can't do are the little boxes there, these ones that I'm looking at. I can't consolidate those because they come from our engine supplier. So we're going to lose out a bit there, but we've consolidated all the main ones, and we have a massive bank of resource points to play with come Season 3. And Season 3 is where we're going to have to win the title. And if we don't win the title in Season 3, I will be really annoyed, because we came so close in Season 2. We do have one race left, but obviously, the championship's been won. Yeah, hopefully we can do it in Season 3. Let me know if you think we'll be able to. I don't know what's gone on with this replay camera, so I'm gonna head off, go question life's existence and why Codemasters are still making these games, and I will catch you all for the final race of Season 2 in Brazil on F1 2020 very soon.